Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Uh-oh.
Well, uh-oh.
Oh!
Pow! There it is. Live from the landing strip. It's the 324th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Chris.
And thank you so much for tuning in today. We very much appreciate it. If you are watching us live and in the Technicolors, please do us a favor. Log into your YouTube account, your Google Live account, you know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That way you could chat along with us right here in the live chat. I'll see you here on the old handy-dandy smartphone, and I'll try to involve you as best as I can into the show. Okay. You can still interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio, or you can just drop a comment here, you know, still. Yes. You know, we'll get to you.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Twitter. Yeah, we got a Twitter at H Wrestling Radio. Cut your hair.
Yeah.
Looks
The
good.
top's still going.
Yeah.
I could already do a chongo if I wanted to do like a little thing on my top.
Un chonguito.
Yeah, I've got about 4 inches. Gotta get to 13.
What are we talking? What? Huh?
Hair.
Okay.
Gotta get to 13.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to donate my hair again. So
Nice. Is that what happened this last time? Awesome.
Yep, wigs for kids.
Nice. Am I at about 13? Am I close? I don't know. What do you think?
Being the asshole I am, I think you need it more than the kids.
If I could just take it from the back and put it in the front, that'd be great.
Then again, you're married, so it doesn't really matter at this point, right?
Yeah, I
Just
guess
give it
so.
to the kids.
Yeah, let's give it to the kids.
So we're gonna kick this pig. We're gonna get right into the show.
Yes.
My anticipation level for Charlotte versus Becky is at a 0, bitch. And I bought the man shirt when it was here in town in Houston a couple of weeks ago for the chamber.
Get through the chamber.
0, broski. 0, settle, zilch, nada, zip. The square root of fucking jack. Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Try to convince me otherwise. Help me.
Well, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. What's up,
That's what
Robert?
she said.
Oh, well, James, sorry. Hey, what's up, man? He's in the live chat. Thank you for joining us. Man, that's going to be hard. That's going to be difficult because myself, anything Becky, I've been at a 10. I've had a raging Beckier for her.
A raging Becky.
A raging,
we can make that. We can trend that. We can make that happen.
I have had a raging Beck on for her, and anything that's been going on with her. But I have been sitting here saying for 4, 5, 6 months, something like that, that the end result has to be one-on-one match, Becky versus Ronda at Mania. All the misgiving is that maybe some of us, maybe, you know, non-present company included, as, you know, had a little bit with, I don't know, Ronda's kind of getting a little stale on me with her this and that here and there. But I've been like, no, I'm at a fucking 10 for Becky versus Ronda. I don't care. I like Ronda where she's at. I get some people are starting to wane on her, but no.
But
Charlotte, damn it, Charlotte. Like, I don't know if this is too soon to draw this comparison, but it kind of feels a little to me like Charlotte is that person that's Roman. I want to like Roman. I've wanted to like Roman. But you know what, WWE? You fucked up her booking the same way you fucked up Roman's booking so bad that I don't like Roman and I don't like Charlotte. And the hot fucking ticket right now is Becky has nothing to do with Charlotte. And I kind of gave it the benefit of the doubt. All right, I'm going to wait. And Vince bringing the thing in, or Vince doing the thing about changing it to Charlotte. And then Vince doing the thing, changing, to KO. I had that conspiracy theory. Oh, this is going to be all about Vince losing his shit. And that story never really panned out this past week at all. It was like, Steph forgot all about that, the little seeds that they might have planted, or maybe it was just me seeing too far into shit that just wasn't there. And it looks like, hey, Charlotte's here no matter what. Now we just need to decide whether or not it's going to be a one-on-one with those two or a three-way. And what's the fucking point of having this match? Like, okay, if she wins, but she's hobbled, she's broke, she's beat up. And the story could have very easily have been, yeah, my dad kind of fucked up. Ronda kept us hostage. Becky, we've wanted her all along, and so is the WWE Universe. So when Steph did that thing in the back where she was like, well, I'm going to do the right thing, I was like, okay, well, the right thing, easy thing is, all right, adios, Charlotte. Here goes Becky, and then Ronda's back in. But no, they made this weird-ass convoluted thing, almost because it seems maybe they just needed an extra match for in between. And yeah. So I went from 10 to 0 to 5 because, I wanted to split the difference. Because I still have my raging Beck on, right? Right? And, Becky's still there. All right, cool. And then I went up to maybe about a 6.
So that's your final answer.
My final answer is 6. The reason why I went up, a little tick there at the end. Charlotte's not as bad as Roman was when they were pushing Roman, when we didn't want Roman to get pushed. And Charlotte's promo wasn't that bad. Charlotte was trolling pretty good. Charlotte isn't what she was a year and a half ago. All right? This isn't, I don't need you anymore, Charlotte. The same way how if they had pushed Roman the same time in the development that he's in now, instead of suffering succotash son Roman, then it would have been a little bit different. That's where the slight differences between Charlotte and Roman. They gave a little bit extra time in the oven with Charlotte to start shoving her down our throats. They're still shoving her down our throats, but I mean, at least I could stomach it a little bit better. And then the stuff with Ronda. Okay, heel Ronda. I'm on board. So 6.
I very much like heel Ronda. It needed to happen. I think it happened a month or two too late, but still, I'm glad it happened because they can still do something with Ronda Rousey, the character on television.
Correct.
That's not where the problem is. The problem is, I think they had it on paper for so long that we were ending WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair, and nobody expected Becky to come up the way she did. And instead of just telling us the right story, they're just telling us a story so that everybody's happy.
And in the process, they're not making anybody happy.
So that's nice. Ronda's heel turn, I loved it. She owned the women. I loved it. The anticipation for this match is a 0. My anticipation for the triple threat that well-deserved should end WrestleMania. The women in the last 2 or 3 years specifically have been knocking it out of the park for the most part, But we're gonna get to the strikeouts in a bit. This one being one of them. I can give you a preview of 4 weeks from now. My anticipation for the main event of WrestleMania is at a 0. I'm glad I didn't spend my money to go get a WrestleMania ticket.
You almost did.
I'm glad I'm gonna be home so I can fast forward through it when it comes on, or it's leave early. So when it comes on, I don't even want to watch it. I don't have a fuck to give anymore about that or that story. As a matter of fact, I'm not talking about it. I don't even need to give a prediction. I don't care. I'm gone.
I got a prediction for you, Becky. Becky's gonna win. I mean, so they're gonna do all this build, all this tease, all this. Oh, I'm hobbling around on a crutch, but I'm still gonna fight just to have her lose, and that's the end of the story. And then we're gonna have one-on-one Charlotte versus Ronda, and that's it. After Ronda did all that she did to try to get Becky back in, like it's too much wasted fucking effort for the story to just end here at Fastlane. Of course, Becky's gonna win, and it's gonna be a triple threat of Mania.
And that's the point. They made it very clear that this isn't Vince McMahon versus Triple H and Stephanie. This is if Becky wins, we'll find a way to fit her in. But you're supposed to get Ronda versus Charlotte. So one way or another, you're going to get what I'm going to give you, even if you put a topping on it that you like. So you better eat it anyway. So I'm a fast for the women's division, basically. Which slides us over to the next one. My anticipation for Mandy Rose against Asuka is at a 0. Mandy, in like I don't know how that match was booked on SmackDown. You want to have Mandy versus Asuka in not a throwaway show, but a build-up show before WrestleMania. I can suspend enough of my disbelief to run with it. That finished 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. It didn't make a lick of sense. Not even a homeless man could come up with any sense for that. None. And then the next week, instead of getting a decent promo, a decent explanation, a rookie got lucky on a day that I wasn't ready for. Nothing. They didn't even have a segment the next week. The next day after last week's SmackDown, oh, hey, by the way, herp derp, Asuka versus Mandy for the title. Yeah, I'm at 0.
And then Mandy beat Naomi unexpectedly with the quickness. Not like, oh my God, that's so crazy. It was like, oh, wow, okay, that's weird. All right. And then Asuka comes out, and like, the story with Asuka makes no sense here with what's going on. Like, why does she have a beef with Mandy other than the fact that what happened a couple of weeks ago? But like, to Asuka, she should be fucking loose change, man. She's not somebody that she should be so concerned over, even if she got a win over her. I mean, Asuka's the fucking champ who's getting ignored by her own 2 fucking fellow SmackDown competitors who should be gunning for her, but instead of gunning for Ronda. You have Becky and Charlotte, SmackDown competitors, wrestling together one-on-one for a shot at the Raw title. Why is Asuka not concerned with this? Why is Asuka not miffed at the fact that she is the champ and all of her challengers are facing somebody else? This doesn't make any fucking sense.
She should be doing what Becky's been doing. Asuka should be going stone cold. Asuka should be going ham on every single person in the locker room with a vagina until somebody steps the fuck up to her. And
stepping the fuck up to her is not what Mandy has done over the last couple of weeks. All the shit with Mandy 3 weeks ago.
Is her feud even over with Naomi because she wanted some Uso cock?
She beat her. She beat her just all willy-nilly. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But like, even that story was a drop ball. I don't have anything against Mandy. I kind of like Mandy. I like Corey going all gaga for her because she looks great. I fucking think she's hot too.
She blurs televisions all across the world.
Yes, because all the blood leaves from this head to the other. Yeah, I get it.
And shoddy 4K.
But there hasn't been very much credibility on the wrestling side for her. And they haven't built that credibility on the wrestling side for her. And the little bit of stuff that they tried to do when they tried to build her with Naomi kind of fell flat, and it wasn't really that cool. And it was meh. You want to talk about home runs and strikeouts? Boom. That's a strikeout on the women's division. All the shit that they've done with Mandy. That's not saying I don't like her. I want to like Mandy Rose. Give me a reason
I want to like
her.
Mandy Rose.
Yeah, but give me a reason to like her. A legitimate reason. Not she's fucking hot. Like, we get it. She's fucking hot. What else she got?
And she's kind of really, compared to the rest of the women, she's not the hottest.
That's debatable.
So you got to give me something else. You got to give me more. Get some oils. More importantly, I need it done on a canvas. And they haven't done that.
Yes.
0.
True.
Again, a scratch record tonight. A scratched CD tonight. Broken record. I don't give a fuck about the outcome of this match, so I'm done talking about it.
My anticipation level for this is a 3. Mostly just for Asuka. Asuka's winning. LOL. That's it. Medlin, what's up? Welcome. Thank you for joining. Randy, hello, wife. Let's see. He says, I'm Robert Drapp says, I'm with Chris. She's not the hottest. Robert Medlin says, I'm afraid who the hell they're going to throw together against Asuka for WrestleMania. It needs to be Charlotte round 2. It needs to. That would have been good. That would have been the only built-in storyline that would have made sense. And here's, again, this kind of all goes back to a problem that we've talked about maybe for the last few weeks, and hell, we maybe even talked about it last year and the years before. Fastlane is a speed bump. Fastlane is an extra pay-per-view where you have to book extra marquee matches between now and Mania when you should be booking fucking feuds for Mania. All this shit that we still don't have actual booked matches for Mania, the reason why is because, oh, well, we got to fill up spots for Fastlane, so we got to leave some intrigue. This is WrestleMania. You shouldn't have 4 weeks or 3 weeks or even 5 weeks to build. This should be a 2.5 month long build, and that's it. Maybe chamber in between to tie up some loose ends from like the Rumble, but that's it, man. You don't need this extra pay-per-view because it fucks up the rest of your booking. We should have had several of these matches already set in stone so that way they could fucking sell those matches for 2 months so that people like you, who has the money, who has the time,
who's actually going to be in the neighborhood,
can decide, oh, this is the card? Here, take my money. Not, oh, I don't know what the card is. I think the card's going to be good. Maybe take my money. But you know what? I'm not going to, because I still don't know what the card is. So they didn't get your fucking money. Why? Because they didn't have anything set in stone that you liked. If they had set in stone some other stuff that is going to be there and you didn't like it, well, at least you know you don't like it. You know, but this whole fucking question marks, and you're fucking up your own booking for Mania.
Fastlane is literally the moment during sex when you have to stop what you're doing to put a condom on. I just want to come. Can I just come? It doesn't matter where. Can I? Can we just get to Mania already?
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know if that's a good comparison.
Speaking of coming, let's round it out with the women. My anticipation level for the women's tag team match between Boss Hug and the Wild Samoans that are neither from Samoa. I'm at a 0, bitch. Why do we have these belts? Why? The first team, that Bailey and Sasha, the first feud is, oh, it's interpromotional belts, right? It's Raw, it's SmackDown. Oh, hey, by the way, it's also NXT. And the first team that they're going to feud against is the same fucking shit we've been looking at for 2 months already. 0.
It's
and
funny.
I don't want to talk about it anymore either.
It's funny. You bring on Ricochet and Aleister Black. And they tour around Raw and SmackDown still with the little NXT nameplates at the bottom of their thing. And they're still saying, hey, they're NXT guys. And they're going around interpromotion, this and that, whatever. But the real interpromotional fucking shit, the one that actually has a title, the one that says that they're going to go around, they're just fighting the same fucking feud that, like, I don't care. My anticipation level is at 3 also. Boss Hug are going to win. They're going to retain. Who cares? This would have been better if the Wild Samoans or the, what are they called? This Wrecking Crew? I don't know what they call themselves. Savage Samoans? I don't remember. Whatever they call themselves. If they had won and these two faces were chasing the title, it would have been a little bit better. But here it's like, I don't give a shit.
We spent the first 20 minutes of this show.
Oh, Robert has a question for you.
Uh-oh.
You're going to TakeOver.
Yes. Thursday night, I might be going to the MLW event. Friday, I'm going to TakeOver. Saturday, I'm going to G1. Sunday morning, I'm flying back. So I'll be here in town by the time the bell starts for WrestleMania 35. I kind of feel bad because we spent the first 20 minutes trashing the division that I think has been the most productive in the last year and a half. But it's funny how WWE, sometimes when they have the easiest story, you don't even need to write it. Just like put your hand on the pen and let the pen do the work for you, and they still find a way to.
Oh, watch the water.
And we get what we have now. Like I from the moment the women's revolution began on Raw, and this is even in the beginning, PCB, the bad black people, the other group, but from the beginning, I've never been this low on the division as I am right now with the way the booking is for this pay-per-view. Like, I feel like I'm in the Divas era again. That's how depressed I am about talking about the women. We just spent, dude, I've been sitting here for the last 3 months saying that we need to end WrestleMania with women.
Right.
How I've been praising women's matches. My match of the week, what could be my match of the week pick, is actually a women's match.
Okay.
And we spent the first 20 minutes just trashing all 3 of the women's matches on this card. Fuck, man.
WWE has made, I think Travis said this in our little group chat. They have an art at fucking up storylines. They have it down to an art. They fuck up their own storylines, get in their own goddamn way. Please give me something better. Give me something more optimistic.
Well, you talked about it earlier. We have a triple threat for the Raw tag titles. Buc-ees and Glorious are going against the Revival. Anticipation.
5. The Revival, cool. The Glorious duo, ambiguously glorious duo.
That's the new name. Yes.
Yes.
How else are you supposed to ride your partner? You're at a 5.
Yeah.
Do Buc-ees, are they the anchor? Are they the C? What is it? Are they helping you?
They're the things that are helping me.
Okay. So,
but they could have helped me a whole lot more. I could be at like a 7 or an 8 and be really super excited for them, but I'm not, and here's why.
Tell them.
I kind of don't want them to be a tag team.
Thank you, God damn it!
Like, I like Ricochet. I like Aleister Black. I kind of find it cool that they're, up here together representing NXT. But I don't want this to be a run. I don't want this to be a thing. I don't want they are a tag team now, and that's it. There's so much that Aleister Black can do by himself, where he's not in the back chumming it up with some guy and trying to come up with catchphrases. Aleister Black is supposed to be a moody, depressed, well, maybe not depressed, but a dark loner kind of guy.
Hey man, you want to eat raw meat and listen to Stone Sour?
Yes, in a graveyard. Yes, give that to me with him. But Ricochet, he's not supposed to be that. He's supposed to be high energetic, maybe a little cocky, but still a baby face.
You want to share some Red Bulls?
Yeah. Cool. And it's cool that they're friends, and it's cool
because they give you wings. Duh.
And it's cool that they have mutual respect because they both come from NXT and they're great competitors. But I don't want to see them hand in hand, kumbaya, winning the titles because now they're a team. That I don't want them to become the bar.
That's not necessarily a product that we were supposed to get. One of the news bits of this week, they made a big effort of trying to bring back Ciampa and Gargano as DIY, at least for now. But Ciampa's neck injury is worse than they thought, so he's having surgery this week. So he's out anywhere between 4 and 14 months.
Bye,
bitch. Thank you. Next. So we needed a tag team from NXT, but that one fell apart. So we'll stick the 2 everyone likes together.
Yeah, and no, don't do that.
Oh.
You don't need to do that. Debut them. Let them tag up a little bit. Be friends. They could be okay. One could be sitting out, writing depressing poetry and, hanging out with the places where Dean used to hang out, boiler room and shit.
Barrel fires.
And then over comes, Ricochet. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up? That's it.
Hey, Alistair, I brought the marshmallows.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta do. That's it. And they can be friends. They don't have to be a tag team. They can be friends. They don't have to be a tag team.
So what's your anticipation? So you're at a 6. 5.
I think I said 5.
I am at a 4, 5, I guess. Most of it is because I want to see Aleister Black and Ricochet on my television. But I'm curious what they're going to do now because that leaves a big hole on the NXT roster. And
especially with the champ going into surgery
injury
for 4 to 14 months.
Yeah. And they're doing tapings next Wednesday that are going to be the 3 episodes that are the go home for Mania. Well, for NXT TakeOver New York, which is really Brooklyn 5. But they don't want to say anything because they're fucking stupid. To figure out how they're going to write themselves out of this hole because they're doing the Dusty Classic. through all this. And the
God
DIY was supposed to be like the last team announced. And they were supposed to make a big story about that leading up to what was going to be, spoiler alert, fuck, it's already going to happen. It's out of the bag anyway. We're supposed to have Ciampa Gargano for the NXT title at TakeOver New York. And now, so
they were going to fight for the title, but also be the tag team champions or be a team. I don't know.
They get eliminated in the first round by Undisputed Era.
Okay.
Spoiler.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Whatever.
So, yeah, but I don't know. Man, and Glorious or the Ambiguously Glorious team. That's a long fucking name, but I'm gonna stick to it.
Ambiguously Glorious Duo.
Yeah, because rematches don't exist unless you're a McMahon. So they had to find a way to get themselves into this match, and now they're in this match. So I don't even think Ricochet. And I sure as fuck hope they don't turn Alistair on Ricochet. Again, some stuff is so easy to do, and they find a way to fuck it up. Like they're gonna make Alistair a heel because he's brooding and he comes up like this. And he talks in tongues.
Not synchronized with the fucking
music. Oh, I'm at a 3 now. Fuck. I've got Revival winning. Give a shot at Mania on the pre-show because that's what they fucking do.
Trap in the live chat.
Trap.
Robert Trap in the live chat says, and we don't have anyone else like the Authors of Pain or maybe the Ascension. Like, dude, you dropped the ball so hard on the Ascension.
After Connor's laugh, I don't want to see Ascension on my television ever.
You dropped the ball so hard on the Authors of Pain. Why can't you just fucking actually do something with them instead of relying on the new NXT call-ups and making them a team? Shoehorning that shit.
They killed Ascension. Fuck it. Send Ascension to WoW at this point.
What about Authors of Pain? Okay.
One's injured. That's why you're singing one solo.
God damn it.
Yeah. What you got winning?
I hope Revival. It's weird. The team that I like the most is Ricochet and Black. I fucking love them.
And you don't want them as a team.
And I don't want them to win. Because if they win, then they become a tag team because they're tag team champions and they're going to have a run and they're going to stay that kind of like the Bar. I tried to mention this before, but it got lost in the shuffle. I don't want them to be the Bar. With the Bar, it kind of worked out because Sheamus was kind of flustered and was
the story was told. And these two beat the fuck out of each other in a best of 7 that needed to go to an 8th. And then they became a team because Foley thought, hell, they could beat the fuck out of each other as good. They could beat the fuck out of everybody else just as better. So the story made sense to where I suspended my disbelief at the end.
Yeah.
And this was just like...
And it was still kind of easy because it's like, oh, the dudes from Europe. So that kind of made sense. And they bonded over fucking beer and shit. Like, okay. But these two, they're way too different. And not like...
Christina Aguilera and Fred Durst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson and, I don't know, Bon Jovi.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, living on a... Bird.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I like both of them a lot. I really do.
You like Bon Jovi a lot?
Well, no, I was saying about the rest.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Well, I mean, I really do like Manson. I don't mind John Bon Jovi. He's cool. No, it's really more like Prince and Manson.
Like Metallica and Lady Gaga?
Yeah. Yeah, like that makes no sense.
Then when they tried it, his mic went out.
Yeah, who knows? Arnold, what's up, man? Thank you
man.
for joining us in the live chat. Arnold says this When did HWR get endorsed by Supercuts? Damn, I need a haircut too. Arnold says, yeah, they go together like lamb and tuna fish.
Wait, you haven't had lamb and tuna fish? The fuck you say? I don't eat tuna fish.
Yeah.
As much as we just shit on how we don't want to see Aleister Black and Ricochet as a team. Well, I don't know if we spoke about this last week or a week or before that. I enjoyed the ingredients in the ring when it was Black and Ricochet against Rusev and Nakamura.
Correct.
And then we had SmackDown end their tag match after they beat the Bar, after Blackochet beat the Bar, and Nakamura came out again. I want to see some more of that. Not in a pay-per-view setting. Give me one-on-one. Dude, give me Aleister and Rusev.
Yeah.
Ricochet and Nakamura?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But just the team, it's just.
There's so much more that you could do, especially with Ricochet on SmackDown with a lot of one-on-ones.
Yeah.
I want to see him versus Mustafa. I want to see him versus AJ. I want to see him versus Daniel Bryan. I want to see him now against KO, against Nakamura, against Rusev. Like, I want to see all these matches happen. Samoan Joseph.
Yes.
Yes.
Pre-show.
Andrade
against Rey Mysterio.
Arnold says he's currently holding Lucas while watching us at the same time.
That's sad. So let's talk about Rey Mysterio against Andrade in the pre-show. Match of the week, candidate the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. title.
That was pretty good.
That was fun as shit.
Candidate for me as well.
It could be my pick, but then everyone would look at me like, "Oh, it's fucking Samoa Joe. You know, you got to make your pick."
Because you're, homosexual.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Right.
It was a fun match. A lot of bouncing around.
Yes.
God damn it, R-Truth is a national treasure. Like, I laughed from like right here in the belly, like this side right here, right next to the hernia, where I hadn't laughed in a long time. So I didn't see it coming. I was like, oh man, I forgot how good you were, man. Fuck. I loved it. And he defended it against 3 people at a time, and he was already tired. Come on, man. There's a laugh where, say, like The Rock, or say John Cena, or say Steve Austin, when he had to do the comedic timing kind of thing, where it's an over-exaggerated laugh just because it's the stars. Mm-hmm. When you hear the reaction that R-Truth was getting last Thursday, it felt genuine. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of thing. I could show that interview to somebody that doesn't know wrestling and doesn't know who R-Truth is, and they would enjoy it instead of being, oh, I know I'm being entertained because it's The Rock. Oh, I'm being entertained because it's fucking Steve Austin's. Like, nah, just listen to this guy. I fucking loved it, man. Give me R-Truth versus Samoa Joe for the U.S. title at Mania. They both deserve the shine. You know, you can have all that shit on the card anyway.
What's the actual match?
The Mexicans, Rey Mysterio against Andrade.
Oh, that's where we're going. Yeah,
I'm at a 6, and they haven't put on a bad match, but at this point, if they're on TV any longer against each other, somebody's gonna want to throw them over the wall. So I don't care. I got Andrade winning it again. Andrade has been owning Rey, and deservedly so, I guess. You know, that's what Rey got brought back for. Put over the youngins.
I'm at a 6 too, but other than the fact that they have good matches together, I'm not compelled.
You know what would compel me?
What?
If you're pushing that he wants to be the next Mexican star after WrestleMania, give me Andrade versus Chavo Guerrero.
Chavo? The fuck? Get out. Get out of your apartment.
You want Andrade to get heat? Have him talk crap about a Guerrero in front of a Guerrero. That'll get Andrade over.
Yeah, but Chavo though.
What other Mexicans are there? Like there ain't nobody the Lucha House Party has any merit, dude.
No,
none of their resumes hold any water. No. Like you throw them over the river, nobody's gonna miss them. At least Guerrero's a fucking Guerrero, man. You throw Chavo Jr. in there, he can still go. We've seen him in Lucha, we've seen him in Impact. He can still go. And you bring Chavo over to put over Andrade, and then by SummerSlam, you got Andrade as a credible threat against a babyface holding some kind of title somewhere.
Yeah,
you know. So why not? But right now, Rey and Andrade, it's a good match, but I think I've seen it enough. And especially every week now that they're on TV in some kind of mixed match, 6-man, 4-man, fatal 4-way, triple threat. Yeah, mucho way. Yeah. Fuck, man.
Arnold, we will talk about Kofi.
Man.
We'll talk about Kofi. That's not off topic. We'll talk about Kofi.
I got Andrade winning. I'm at a 6. How about you?
I'm at a 6 too. Just for variety's sake, I'll say Rey. And they'll continue to Mania. No, they'll face each other in the Memorial Battle Royal or some shit. I don't know.
The Usos defend the titles in a rematch against McMiz.
My anticipation level for this is at a 0.
Oh, we're throwing out the donuts tonight. Call the cops.
I'm pulling a Chris on this one. All that shit about Oh,
I
you
smell
gotta,
bacon.
you
They
gotta,
heard you coming.
you gotta earn fucking rematches and this and that, unless you're a fucking McMahon. I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier, and I wanted to kind of save it, but fuck, why the hell are they getting a rematch? That's some bullshit. They didn't even have and they're supposed to be the babyface. And look, I'm gonna renege on all the shit I said about Shane. Fuck Shane. I don't want to see Shane no more. I'm showing my true colors. All that bullshit of how Shane won me over. Fuck that shit. Shane has watered down one of my favorite wrestlers, The Miz, to go back to where he was year and a half, 2 years ago, where everybody hated him except for me, and now I'm already starting to hate him because he's not that diamond in the rough that got polished up. Now he's back in the rough, and it rougher
and cracked,
and it's bullshit. And why? So the Usos
had so much.
The Usos
The Miz had so much free time. He knocked up his wife twice.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
it's give and take. My anticipation for the match this Sunday is at a 0, bitch, because I don't care about the match.
Okay.
I want to see when the trigger is pulled and what target gets hurt to put in motion this eventual Shane versus Miz match that we've been building for the last 4 months since the Saudis. No, since Australia. Yeah. So I want to see that. Because I want to see Shane versus The Miz. The story's been told very well. Some of the chapters haven't been good to sit through, and this one right here, I'm just skipping to the season finale of Miz TV here. So I don't care about the match, but I do want to see the end and how we get to WrestleMania with these two.
At this point, I don't even give a flying fuck about Shane versus Miz. And at this point, I kind of don't even really want that.
Here's the difference.
That's too telegraphed. We talked about shit's easy. This one's like, I get it. There's some storylines that are easy that you should do because you put the pen in motion and it just writes itself. This is one of those that's like too overdone where, we're going to be friends and then we're going to split because I wasn't really friends with you in the first place. Bullshit. It's bullshit.
Here's why. Undertaker being the exception to the rule. Shane versus KO at Hell in a Cell. I think KO's stock in front of the casual audience went up. Shane versus AJ at WrestleMania. AJ's stock in front of the casual audience went up.
Okay.
So you're telling me that you're going to put Miz against a McMahon. So you know who's a guy whose stock is already up in certain people's eyes is going to get higher. And not to mention, they still have 4 weeks to try to turn you around. They have at least 4 weeks to try to make it sweet so that it doesn't taste like shit when it goes down your throat. Right. The whole Becky, Ronda, Charlotte, there's about as much chance of Becky and Ronda being one-on-one ending the show as there is LeBron James making the playoffs this year. As in none. So you still got 4 weeks with Shane and Miz. At least. That's the only defense I can give it for you.
Okay. Whatever.
Fuck the Lakers.
Miz needs to be the babyface. Yes, I agree.
And Anthony Davis.
And that's the other thing that fucking pisses me off about all this because of the McMahon side of things. Because aside from the hypocrisy of them getting a rematch.
McMahon's the heels, Triple H and Steph were trying to be the babyfaces, and Shane's the worker. So it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense, this whole McMahon thing. And they're not actually running with any of those storylines that could be fucking too overused tropey, and they're not doing any of it. Instead, it's all fucking disjointed. Shane's a face, but with the Miz, and they're acting like heels, but they're the face, and they're going against it. And then where is Triple H really? Like, is he a heel, but he's still complimenting Ronda, and but he's fighting against Batista because, Batista's the bad guy. No, he should be the good guy because he's a big Hollywood star now. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And then Vince is just being a dick for no reason. And then Steph's being stupid. Like, she's kind of saying, my dad fucked up, but I'm going to fuck up even more. Not because I'm a heel, because I'm incompetent. Like, none of it makes sense.
And Fastlane kind of doesn't matter because they're reminding us last week on Raw that next week on Raw, we're getting Drax against Conan face-to-face. Okay, yeah, so Fastlane's like inconsequential. Speaking of overused and tropey, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin against the Shield. What's your anticipation level?
7.
Okay.
It would be higher if the heels and they actually had a name and they had a reason why they were together, and they aren't just 3 heels who just start beating up on baby faces, seemingly to have somebody for the baby faces to beat up on. Like, they just kind of seem like they were thrown together over the last few weeks, and we don't really know why, other than this guy's beefy and he wants to beat up this guy, and this guy's beefy and he wants to beat him up, and like, that's it. The Shield getting back together, I kind of like the story there. Dean's reluctant. Seth is like, man, I don't know, but I'll try for you, big dog, because you know what? You just came back, and I got your back. You got my back. Hey, look, okay, fine, let's try it. The story is kind of nice on their side of the ring. But the other side of the ring, why? Why these 3?
Especially now, in the beginning, before the Shield broke up, before Roman had to leave because of his leukemia. Those 3 heels beat the shit out of him. They were claiming that they got rid of the Shield. Baron Corbin was still an authority figure on that television show. Now it feels like there's no really purpose to them being together other than they're just together because they want to beat up the rest of the Shield again. Again, I'm an asshole. I'm happy Roman's back. I'm glad he's better. It's smart to have him in a match like this where he just bring him in for the hot babyface tag to do like 15 Superman punches and a couple spears, and then everybody goes home happy. It would have made more sense if it was an 8-man tag with Elias and Braun opposite each other, because the story intertwines with everybody.
Right.
Elias has been beating Dean over with the guitar. Braun's got the issues with Drew and fucking Lashley and Corbin from Elimination Chamber. So it makes more sense to have 8 4-on-4 to tell a nice little story. Like No Way Out of Texas 98 before Austin HBK. We had Austin and the Misfits, and then we had DX and Savio Vega because HBK's back was like jello. They could have done something with this 8-man tag and done something serious.
And then they wouldn't have to be so on the nose with the Shield.
Yeah.
Dean could still be kind of wavering. It's like, well, it's the 3 of us plus the big guy. So we're not technically the Shield, but come on, man. Let's be the Shield. Come on. And Dean could be like, look, I'm in the match because I'm in the match. But that's
it's they're focusing too much on to me, as watching a program on television with 3 actors, regardless of what happened in the past, just watching it through that lens, they're focusing too much on bringing the Shield back together instead of making a story that makes more sense with more characters. They made a rush for whatever reason to bring Roman now.
Again, it's suspect.
Or finding something that makes sense to have him come back to.
Which, again, is suspect.
And it just, man, it just feels... It feels the whole the 6-man tag match we're getting right now, to me, feels disingenuous. My anticipation level is at a fucking 0, bitch.
Damn.
And I don't care who wins this. Again, I just want to come already. Can we get to New York? Can we go to Mania? Can I just why do we have to have this? I'm not even gonna be here next week because I'm gonna be at Santana. I literally half of this shit that we talked about so far is at a 0. I literally have no reason to watch this pay-per-view. Honestly, because I don't have to talk about it.
We're gonna be able to have Shipley's, Dunkin', and fucking Krispy Kreme here with all these zeros we're throwing out.
I don't care who wins this. It's obvious the Shield is winning this because that's why they brought them back together for.
It's Shield. Roman's not losing his first match back after a battle with leukemia.
And I want to hear the boos the next night after Fastlane when they try to find a way to insert Roman into the main event between Seth and Brock, because it has to be that way because, we still remember, whether you like him or you hate him, we want Roman on top, and we're going to get him there one way or the other.
Because you have more reason to cheer for him now, because if you don't cheer for him, you're an asshole who doesn't like people who had cancer.
And looking like a hypocrite spending $28 on that Roman Reigns cancer shirt that none of it's going to charity.
So we got you, bitch. You have to like Roman now.
Just a bit disingenuous.
A little bit disingenuous. A little bit. Can we also rail against how they're not keeping any shred of kayfabe? What kayfabe? Where? What is he talking about?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We probably got lost in some.
Elaborate a little before we finish Fastlane.
Also, until Dean clocks Roman with a chair. I don't know if I really want that. I mean, is Dean really on his way out? Because I was saying that was at work too.
If you're gonna fast forward all of it, fuck it, turn Roman heel. Now,
don't turn Roman.
Do it.
You can't turn Roman heel now.
That's what people said about Brian.
You can't turn Roman heel now.
Brian, he would be a lot more palatable for us on my television if he's the heel.
No, he just won a battle against cancer.
And
you can't do that. Yeah.
Daniel Bryan against Kevin Owens for the WWE title. Talk to me.
My anticipation level for this is at a 6. Since when is Kevin Owens a babyface? He was a babyface last night? Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Oh, if that means I'm like these people, you know what? Fuck it. I am like these people.
All right. He was kind of being the same OKO over Twitter in the last few weeks, saying he's going to come back eventually. The night when he came back, he was the same OKO backstage until he said, hey, look, I'll team with the guy, Kofi. He teamed with Kofi. And he was reluctant. But he still seemed like he got an underlying heelness. Then all of a sudden, oh, shit, WWE realized we just booked 2 heels to face each other. Well, one of them's a babyface. Hey, KO, guess what? Go out there and kiss the ass of the crowd. You know, I don't have any friends, but I don't need friends when I have all these people.
Fat asses.
Like, what? Okay. All right. I mean, I guess talk about not fluid fucking storyline, but all right. I mean, I want to see the match. Probably going to be a good match. Brian's character development as a heel has been spot on. But is this just a placeholder for Kofi?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about Kofi now? Do you want to finish this up and then we'll start talking about Kofi?
Let's finish this up first.
Okay.
I feel like I need to balance this out a bit.
I did like the callback. Yeah. He uses the stunner. Like that whole hell yeah. I think that's right.
My anticipation for this match that needs to main event the show, but it wouldn't shock me if they ended with the Shield because the Shield. My anticipation level for Bryan Danielson against Kevin Steen is at a 10. Tell me when on WWE have we ever seen Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens one-on-one?
10, you son of a bitch. You swerved me.
The match, the wrestling match from the opening bell to the submission or the stunner. I want to see it. You could have booked it horribly. You could have booked it in Japanese and I couldn't understand a goddamn word. I would still be at a 10 because of the match. I want to see the match.
And you gotta want to see something, right?
Yeah. Gozaimasu. Yes, I want to see the match at a 10. And it doesn't make sense in the story, but it makes sense that you want to save Kofi for fucking WrestleMania.
Okay.
We're going to get a lot of things that we probably don't want. We're going to get a lot of things that are going to be gift wrapped as something else. So you have the illusion that you're going to get a baseball bat when it's really a dildo. You know?
Has that happened before?
We'll talk about that after. We're going to pretend you're going to get what you want when it really is something completely different. But you know what? We know that the loud minority exists. So we're going to throw you a little boner, a little dildo. I mean, a little treat. So why not save Kofi for fucking Mania, dude?
Okay.
Kofi versus D-Bry. Again, have that match open WrestleMania. Set the bar up here. Have Kofi win. Gas the crowd. And then they can leave. Fuck it. Is it going to get any better after? We got Seth versus Brock. That they're going to find a way to shoehorn Roman in. We got a triple threat with women, which is one woman too many, even though I'm a big fan of three-ways. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff on this card that a lot of people aren't really going to want. So why not give us this? Yeah, and we go.
That's one fan's perspective.
And
Here's my problem with the Kofi thing right now.
You want it right now?
No. I would like to see it at Mania.
Motherfucker's not even in the poster and he was in the match.
I know. My problem is, but how are we going to do it? Like right now, the match is with KO. So Brian's just gonna be KO, and KO's gonna be like, okay, thanks, bye.
KO's
like
gonna
walk out of the way, and
KO's gonna get cheated. And then the first SmackDown after Fastlane, we get a triple threat of the contenders, which is basically Mustafa, who never got his shot in the chamber,
right, and
from Vinnie Mac, and from KO, who got hosed in the match and why he's not champion the night after Fastlane. And the winner of that menage goes on to face Bryan at Mania, which becomes Kofi.
Okay, I hope so. That
of course, I've been wrong every fucking week for the last month and a half. So fuck me, right?
Right. So okay, that would be a nice way to do it. But as of right now, I don't see an inlet road for Kofi.
Me neither.
But
I'm gonna enjoy I'm gonna enjoy KO versus D-Rod while it's there.
Okay, fuck it.
Yeah.
All right.
Anticipation for the whole.
5.
I'm a banker. I do math. I'm at a 3. Yep.
All right, 3 for the whole kit and caboodle.
I'm just waiting to get. I'm ready to get this over with.
Okay.
Yeah, man. After this pay-per-view, we will be 4 weeks away from WrestleMania.
Roman versus EC3 at Mania? What the fuck? What are you talking about? Why Roman versus EC3? Okay, whatever. Kofi just storms in McMahon's office and goes, riot on them, and then gets the match. Okay.
Your fondest memory of King Kong Bundy?
I gotta be honest. I don't know if I have that many fond memories of King Kong Bundy.
I understand. You're younger. You might not have been as big a fan during King Kong versus Hogan in the cage.
I tend to get him confused with George the Animal Steel.
You're not the only one. The only difference is you've been on all these podcasts and they haven't made a dime.
That's true.
Enzo's got a shitty rap album that some idiots bought.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not shitting on the guy. I'm sad that he's gone, and that sucks. And I mean, in my brain, it's fuzzy as to was that George the Animal or was that King Kong Bundy? Wait, who? It's fuzzy. But I know I've seen some of their matches, both, maybe even against each other once. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I wasn't that good at answering the question.
No, you're honest about it. That's fine.
I don't have Robert Trapp. I don't have any, but condolences anyways. There you go.
Yeah, King Kong had an awesome run with Hogan leading up to that cage match. Back in the day, Kong was one of the few guys to actually body slam Andre the Giant, which meant you were over. If Andre gave the okay for you to slam him, that means he was gonna put you over.
Okay.
But my fondest memory has to be him being the crazy uncle from Married with Children.
Of course.
Yeah. Bam! We're here. Come on, man. I loved it. And then the later seasons when when Bud's trying to wrestle for earn money or to show off to this girl, to the valet, and he's in a bee suit and he has to wrestle King Kong Bundy, who's in his King Kong Bundy suit. Fuck. Dude, it's funny. I wish it would have been interesting to see how some of the more wrestlers back then would have done if they would have let their personality carry on other outlets. How many more macho...
Like how Batista's doing?
More important, for example, snap it to a Slim Jim. Yeah. How many other people could have had if they got a break like that? If King Kong would have been on shows earlier in the 80s, showing off that he has comedic timing, that he's a likable dude, that you want to hang around with him and watch him beat the fuck out of people at a bar after they drink, Dude, yeah.
Medlin says, I remember my very first WWF show. King Kong Bundy beat the holy hell out of Lanny Poffo.
Yeah.
Portia says also she's her only memory is the Married with Children.
Oh man. Next Wednesday, March the 13th.
Correct.
Tickets go on sale for G1 Climax, New Japan Pro Wrestling, strongest style.
Awesome.
From the American Airlines Center in Dallas.
Cool.
Cheapest seats are 50 bones. They go up to, I think, 500 or 300. First night of the G1, I'm assuming since it's a special show, they're going to have matches from both brackets. The show starts at 5-hour time, which means even if I have to work on Saturday until 1:30, I got to haul the fuck ass to get to Dallas at 4:45 so that I can get into the gate when the show starts at showtime.
Fucking Dallas.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I know, right? Next Wednesday. This Thursday, WWE has a special announcement. Special.
Tamari.
Yeah. From Tampa, Florida, which means WrestleMania 36 is going to be in Tampa. Outdoor football stadium where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play. More importantly, where next season's XFL Tampa Bay team will play. But they said special announcement, so it leads me to wonder, do you think WWE has the stones to do 2 nights of WrestleMania?
That was a rumor this past year, right? That they were going to extend WrestleMania to 2 days. Because, 8 hours is basically one work day, right? So what's an extra, fucking
Ring, clock in.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, goddamn, maybe.
That's a lot of fucking money.
I mean, if they, it essentially is right now anyway, right? With NXT. So why not actually just say that NXT is a part of Mania and have all that
Triple
together?
H showed up on Raw regardless of what anybody else says and said that there's a third WWE brand that's touring. Sprinkle some NXT, have one night the women headline, another night, another match headlines.
I mean, after all, you do have the women's tag team defended on all 3 brands. So that says that NXT is just their women tag teams are just as good as the women tag teams on any other brand. So, okay, sure. And you have all this crossover with Buc-ees. So I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I don't know for sure, but I mean, possible.
17th anniversary show for Ring of Honor is next Friday, the 15th. Main event, Jay Lethal against Matt Taven for the ROH World title.
Cool.
Co-main event for the television title. Matanza Cueto, Jeff Cobb defends against Shane Taylor.
Really? Oh, that's going to be... I hope they reinforce the ring for that one. Holy shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's going to be dope, dude.
That's going to be a pretty cool match. Kind of reminds me of a pretty cool match that we watched earlier today.
Speak on it.
Dijakovic, right? Is that his name?
Dominic Dijakovic.
Dijakovic. You should really get that looked at. Versus Keith Lee. Versus Keith Lee from NXT. Match of the week candidate. I liked it.
It's easy for me to say it's my pick because we're big fans of Keith Lee.
Yes.
Friend of the show. But I will say it's a match of the week candidate because they told the story, a great story in the time it was given.
Yes.
I wanted more, and they said, nah, bitch. You need to wait. Don't bust that nut just yet. We got 4 weeks, 5 weeks till TakeOver New York. We might give it to you then. Yeah. Or in these tapings, they might have another match, and then we have another double fall that leads to the big match of fucking TakeOver. But man, Lee and Dijakovic, that was good.
That was really good. And there wasn't a lot of flippy dippies, even though Keith Lee is known for his athleticism and his nimbility. The Nimbus. And he pulled off some of that shit, and it looked good. but
like, not overdoing it.
Right.
They left a lot more meat on that bone.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be hungry tomorrow.
And
the next day.
I kind of liked the double count out finish.
Mm-hmm.
Double count outs are underutilized, and they used it well in this match. So yeah.
Don't give all the good shit to the Full Sail Zombies. Save it for the people that pay money for the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
My match of the week pick Mia Yim, Shayna Baszler. We dogged the women for the first 25 minutes of this show. Let's bring it back up. God damn, that was a good match.
That was really good.
Both of them
match of the week candidate for myself.
Both of them playing to their characters. Mia Yim, there was an exchange in the beginning of the match, and Baszler threw Mia Yim down. And Mia Yim looked at her and was like, bitch, you must be fucking crazy. Like, she verbally said it. Not with all the color, but she verbally said it. You must be out your goddamn mind. And she was, I think the MVP of that match is Mia Yim. You know, I praise for as sometimes, not to be rude, as feminine. I was going to use a G word. Feminine as Will Ospreay is when he's screaming when he's getting his ass whooped. Mia Yim's emoting and her yelling at just the right time during just the right moves that she was getting howling. She was like she was playing tennis. And then like the announcers were feeding us, dude, she's got a metal rod in her leg. So that move hurts a lot more on her than it would somebody else. You know, everything was working, man. Everything was working. And the finish was great too.
Yeah, you know, I love that Mia kept going back to the arm to break the Kafuji clutch. What do they call it?
Kirifuda clutch.
Kirifuda clutch.
She had damaged Baszler's hand on the steps earlier, and she was working that.
That's how she got out of it the first time.
Yeah.
The second time she was doing it again. God damn, that was brilliant. What and
then Baszler countered by wrapping her legs higher.
Yeah. So that she couldn't use her arms.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah.
Now.
And then even
did the wrong person win? Should Mia have won that since it was non-titled to further the story?
You've already got two women that with Bianca Belair and Io Shirai that are already like prominent as far as who's the number one contender for Shayna Baszler next. I think Mia's already ready, but I think there's too many cooks in the kitchen right now for her to try to bake something. I'd give it time for them to get their shit out the oven and then give Mia her space, her opportunity, her legit time. I'm seeing Mia Yim, I don't necessarily winning, but I see her co-main eventing the takeover in June in San Jose or in August in Toronto, maybe. Not right now, not yet, but she's there. She's ready. Hey, if Io Shirai breaks an ankle or if Bianca loses her hair, Mia Yim. That's the replacement right there. We got 4 weeks. Somebody gonna get hurt, you know. But Mia Yim's like, she's ready. Just keep her mitten box for a while.
Robert Drab asks a question: is G1 kind of like WrestleMania, where you could start watching from there if you never have before?
No. G1 is the equivalent of the Royal Rumble. You want to start watching at the Royal Rumble, that way you can understand what's happening at WrestleMania.
Which is
maybe half of the stuff on WrestleMania, you really get a nice little template or a blueprint, or maybe even get some of the foundation poured at Rumble. G1, even if you watch at least just the last 3 days of the G1, or even the finals, the last day of the G1, you can get a sense of what Wrestle Kingdom is going to look like from G1. I have some friends that I used to have I met at a car club when I was in part of Team Cyanide. They messaged me randomly that they want their kids, like they're 5 and 7. They want their first wrestling show to be the Royal Rumble. And I told them no.
At Minute Maid.
Yeah, I told them no. You don't want your first show to be something that big, because then every other show you go to, a house show, a Raw, a SmackDown, a B-level pay-per-view, is going to be hard to top. So you kind of want to set the standards kind of low. Not middling, but you want to be able to at least be able to clear that bar within the next year or two without filing for bankruptcy. So I wouldn't suggest starting at Wrestle Kingdom. I would suggest maybe the first night of the G1 or just any random night in the middle of the G1 just to get a feel of what it is. Just like you watch a Rumble pay-per-view, not so much for the matches. You want to get a feel of what the Rumble is. You want to remember how to count backwards from 10. You want to see how this guy is so special that they're giving him this position to win the Rumble, that he's going to end up somehow kind of a big deal at Mania. You know, sorry, Becky. So you want to understand that. So I would suggest starting with the Rumble. The Rumble is the equivalent to the G1 Climax to me.
All right, so yes and no. That's basically what you said. You talked out both sides of your fucking mouth.
No, I did it. G1. Start with the G1.
Well, that's what he was asking. And you said no, but then you said yes.
Start with the G1.
God damn it. All right. Scott the Scot from Scotland.
God damn it. We're about to go home.
What's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Congrats on the new beer. Yeah.
New beer?
Talk about that afterwards.
Okay. He says, damn, Chris got that good hair. Your hair's getting a lot of compliments.
Yeah. For once. New hair, old Chris.
Yeah. Old Chris. Who dis?
So that's it for NXT. We already talked about Ring of Honor. One last bit from Ring of Honor. Madison Rayne is out. She left the women's division of Ring of Honor. And there to pick up the scraps. She's back at Impact. We're ending the show with a little bit of a new flavor.
Ah, yes.
Scott would appreciate this since he just walked in.
What's up?
We saw a little something before the show started today.
We did.
Besides NXT.
Yes.
Before we get to that, I kind of was hoping that I was going to let you watch Laredo Kid and Taurus from AAA against the Lucha Brothers.
Okay.
It was a fun match, but for all the cool inventive spots that were in the match, there was a lot of botches. Not Lucha Libre botches where you're like making a cappuccino while you're waiting for somebody to do a spot off the turnbuckle. I mean, there was some bad spots, dude. It was bad. And Rich Bocchini, who has some Hispanic in him, mispronouncing Tauros in Spanish. Just say Taurus, sponsored by Ford. Don't get it wrong. Fuck, it makes you and Jim Cornette look dumb. Which, by the way, Jim Cornette was the guest commentator that night.
He wasn't that bad.
He was pretty bad in those Mexican matches. I was just waiting for him to say throw them all over the wall. But then we get to the main event, the rematch. Low Key versus Filthy Tom Lawler, the new MLW heavyweight champ. Inside the steel cage here. What'd you think?
My match of the week pick.
Holy shit. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Motherfucker.
That was my pick, bitch.
Wow. Fuck, you're wrong.
Not knowing anything about Dirty Andy Dalton. I mean, no. What's his name? Filthy Jerry Lawler. I mean, no, wait. What?
Filthy Tom Savage.
Tom Savage. Yeah. Ryan Mallett. Whatever this guy's name was. Robert Kraft. Filthy Robert Kraft.
There we go.
Not knowing.
I wonder where he went before the big match.
Yes. Not knowing anything about this.
That's how we bring the podcast full circle from coming to where you were before the match.
Yes.
God.
So that don't know anything about that dirty motherfucker.
But that's your pick.
That's my pick.
Dude, I can pick flaws till Sunday.
Well,
even through the pay-per-view since I ain't watching. So tell them why that's your pick.
I really like the use of the cage. I really like the cage itself.
I had an old school feel to it.
Yeah.
Old school NWA looking feel to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, everything in between is standard match of the week fare. Okay, I know that there may have been like some flaws here and there, but me not knowing anything about the characters, just watching the match for the match. I mean, I know who Low Key is, right? But I haven't been following his MLW stuff. The only thing I know is that like he stabbed a dude or something.
He had
like,
it coming.
Okay, like all right, whatever. But that's crazy. But I remember Low Key from TNA days,
and Caval.
Caval. When he was with the
twins.
The twins. These bitches are driving me crazy. Yeah, like that. I remember that. But like
that's the warrior way.
But then it was pretty cool. I like the fake that they were gonna like do a suplex off of the top. It didn't happen, and the fake Warrior's Way from the top of the cage onto the him down, and that didn't happen. There was nice little teases. Okay. I like the heel stuff that Low-key was doing. You know, no DQ. All right, so I got my chick on the outside handing me a roll of quarters and handing me a stiletto.
No, it was a roll of pennies.
A roll of pennies.
Remember, it's MLW, not NXT.
You're right. They don't have that extra funding for that extra $9.50.
But to go to the dollar store in Cicero.
Yeah, I know.
To get that roll of pennies.
Yeah, but I mean, it was cool. It made sense. The heel work was good. But I absolutely fucking loved the end of the match where they're out on the outside and the way Cornette and Bocchini were selling it, saying that, well, hey, what do you actually do in this situation? Do you hit the guy? Because if you hit him, he might fall and you lose the match. And they were teasing that back and forth, back and forth. It's like, fuck, I want to climb down, but I don't want this guy to climb down, so I got to hit him. And at one point, Low-key grabbed him by the trunks, gave him a wedgie so that he doesn't fall, but still trying to inflict damage at the same time. And ultimately, what happened was a logical thing, which was exactly what they were saying was going to happen is what actually fucking happened. Low-key pretty much cost himself the match by banging Jerry Lawler's head on the side of the fucking thing, and he fell down and
Bill Dundee rang the bell and they gave him the bell.
Yeah, and then like in the split fucking second, you even saw that story of, oh shit, I better jump, see if I could beat him. But no, gravity works the same. So, but like you could see that, like, fuck, you know, and that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that descent down. Yeah, that was cool.
I can appreciate the fact that you liked another match that I introduced to you that you had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Mm-hmm.
You're wrong in so many fucking levels. Damn it. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to agree with you because I showed you this.
Yeah.
And that was, I watched it blind with you. And I didn't like it at all.
At all? At all.
This is the second Filthy Tom Lawler wrestling match I've seen. I've seen a lot of his UFC matches, even some of the ones that they referenced on television in that match. This match was about 5 times longer than the original title match where Filthy Tom Lawler beat Low-key for the belt. Mm. I'm not sure how long Lawler's matches usually are, but man, halfway through it, he was blown up.
You think so?
I could tell, and some of his stuff wasn't looking too good. But the biggest flaw for me is the ending.
Really?
You're telling me that Low-key in MLW has been undefeated for over a decade, and he lost a match by passing out. This is his first rematch, maybe his only rematch, inside of a steel cage. You're on the top. Why the fuck, if I'm a heel, why the fuck am I going to try to do a stomp on him when I could just jump out of the fucking cage and win the belt?
Because he's a heel and he wanted to fuck the guy over.
A real heel would do whatever it takes to get the belt back. And if you're at a point where
but
you're
a heel will also do something to like really injure your opponent.
I couldn't suspend my disbelief when it got to the point that they're both playing Donkey Kong on the wall. That was too. You know how I know it was too long? Because the crowd told me. That crowd was like, okay, I don't get this. Why are they still hanging there? Did they jump on enough shells and they're just playing to get free lives now before they go fight Bowser? Why are they still walking on the side of this fucking cage? They lost. They had no reaction. Filthy Tom Lawler's walking around on his feet after winning the match, and every single fan in the first 5 rows were sitting. If a heavyweight champion is 2 rows away from me, I'm going to push the fat, smelly fuck out of my way and try to get a high five. Everybody was just like, well, that was it. We got 2.5 hours of taping left. I hope there's something good on this card because so far, all those Mexicans botched up all that shit, and then this main event was maybe 10 minutes too long for me. That's what that felt like, dude. If you look at everything else, man, they lost the crowd once they were rappelling off the side of that damn cage.
I enjoyed the rappelling a lot.
I think it would have made more sense if that happened inside because it didn't feel like.
No, that wouldn't have made any sense at all because it takes away that whole element of, well, what do you do? Do you hit him or do you like hold him up? Because if you fall on the inside of the cage, big whoop. But if you fall on the outside, oh shit, you lost the match.
Usually, if the spot's done right, you can have the crowd at the edge of their seat or on their feet clamoring for one or the other. But it got to a point where I couldn't hear anything but them like hitting each other. And there was a point where I started finishing setting up the computer and I can hear a call or two of, all right, do this. Okay, do that. I was like, oh, no.
Okay.
It underwhelmed me,
Oh,
you know,
mom.
which is a shame. But hey, at least it's your pick. Another match for another brand that you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully I'm broadening your horizons a little bit more. Free your mind, and the rest will follow.
Oh yeah, just stretch it out.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Anything from WoW?
But I did hear through the grapevine that in a week or in 2 weeks they're having a season finale, and they're going to have more tapings later on. So that kind of answers that question of like, are they going to continue? They're not continue? Are they doing seasons like Lucha Underground? And I guess they are. So that was something that was a big question mark between me and Porsche, and it got answered. So that's cool. Probably try to catch up as best as I can at some point. That way, Porsche and I, for the season finale, can maybe have another little discussion about it. But yeah, that's where we're at on that one.
Man, I think we got everything. That's the show.
Porsche said this week is the season finale. Oh, fuck. So I need to really catch up.
I was trying to get him to watch it happened this morning. Jay White, his favorite, against Will Ospreay for the anniversary show from from New Japan. But the match was 30 minutes long, and I didn't even get to watch it. And I knew at 30 minutes when he told me he didn't watch NXT, he's like, I got to get him to watch NXT. But then there was enough time to slide in that cage match from ML Dub. So hopefully I made the right decision. Y'all let me know on the Facebook page or next week if we need to go back and watch it, which means we're not going to watch it. But it's a thought that counts. But we're building up the New Japan Cup, the tournament starting next week. One person that wins that tournament will go on to face Jay White at Madison Square Garden for the main event of G1 Supercard Mania weekend.
Yeah, great. They get to fight Jay White. Congratulations.
Yeah. That's a show, man.
Here, you get to go play with a nice shiny turd. All right, Robert.
Anything else from in there?
Yeah, Robert Drapp says, I'm glad I got to watch tonight's episode longer than usual. Hey, longer than usual, huh? All right. I'm glad you got to watch longer than usual. That's awesome. Tell your friends.
Or your enemies.
Yeah,
torture.
Especially your enemies. I guess till next week. Yo, you're not going to be here next week?
Nope.
Because you're going to be at the rodeo.
Again.
Watching Santana.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean again?
I was at the rodeo last night.
Oh, who played
last night? I wanted watching Camila Cabella.
Really? That was last night. How was it?
Surprisingly very good. I enjoyed it.
I like her. I do.
I on the radio more than the two songs, Havana and the other one. She oh man, she got me in the feels though, man. She broke out some Dreaming of You from Selena. That's been the theme this year. It's been the anniversary, the 20th anniversary of Selena's last performance of the rodeo. And so like Casey Musgrove and Prince Royal some guy that performed, and now Camila Cabella, and then Nicki Minaj had an outfit that was a tribute to like the Selena's last outfit.
Nicki Minaj?
Not Nicki Minaj.
Cardi B?
Cardi B. Yeah, making money moves. So there's been a lot of Selena tributes so far of this rodeo. And next week, Santana. But I'm actually, because even as a kid, I used to watch TNN when TNN was the Nashville network before it was synonymous with racing and wrestling. They used to have a lot of Western competitions, the saddle bronc riding, the little chuck wagon races, bull riding. I used to love watching the rodeo. So there's a lot of people that show up an hour and a half late just so they can get there on time for the concert, and I'm there like fucking enjoying all the shit. To where I might want to go to another rodeo on a weekend just to go.
Cool.
Just to hang out, because I had a blast, man. It was fun.
Awesome. So since you're going to be at the rodeo next Wednesday,
you need help.
I guess I do.
Fire off a flare and see if anybody catches it.
Why? What? Oh God,
that's gonna sound good.
Sunday is Go Tejano Day. I thought Go Tejano Day already happened. No, that was Go Texan Day. That was Tejano Day. differences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sunday go Tejano Day. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Stay away from any red hats. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Well, until then, adios, my friends. Keep it classy. Yeah, gotta figure out something for next week.
Good fucking luck.
Yeah. Arnold, put down that baby.
Arnold. You can do better.
Oh. Let's see.
Porsche. You know what? You can do better.
Oh, jeez.
Aaron. We got to keep our listener base.
You know what? Just click the goddamn button. End the show.
Who else has been? We've had a lot of talk about people that have wanted to do it, but I don't know if anybody has the balls to put up with you for a night at your place to talk wrestling.
Wait, what are we talking? Oh, for wrestling. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, what?
You heard balls and you went to a completely different place. You're still choking on him, huh? On that note.
Got a hair.
See, that's why you keep coming, because I shave. We never have this issue.